Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode here on My Aligned Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Crone, and this is our Monday segment, TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. And this is where I bring you episodes that are for you, the woman who owns her business, or man, if you're listening in and you really care about and believe in the energetics behind your business, mindset, manifestation, spirituality, NLP, all that good stuff. The side of business that I think is the most important and not talked about enough. So that's what I aim to bring you every single Monday here on this episode. Now, before I dive into today's episode, I want to make sure that if you are listening before Tuesday, April 22nd, that you grab your ticket to She Leads. We will officially be closing down all ticket sales, meaning you cannot purchase Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday leading up to She Leads because we need to give our final head count to our venue where we are hosting and create all of our goodie bags and just get everything ready. So if you know that you are joining us and you've been putting it off, make sure that after this episode, you don't need to go do it right now because I want you to stay with me for the episode, but make sure afterwards you head to myalignedpurpose.com and click on She Leads and grab your ticket. We've sold over 100 tickets already. Our speakers are incredible. Friday night, the theme is Bubbles and Besties, and we have such a fun night planned for all of you. And don't forget to bring your card because you can go shopping at the local Inc. market that we're going to have set up with over 10, maybe 15 local women-owned businesses here from Vancouver Island, which is really exciting. So make sure that you grab yourself a ticket. Then we've got our full set of speakers happening on the Saturday. You're going to be able to hear from women who are in the health field, all about how our health is our wealth. You're going to hear from different business owners who have product-based businesses, service-based business, in-person business, and digital business. And you're going to hear how any and every avenue of entrepreneurship is available for you. You're also going to hear how you can build your $1 million brand. And last but certainly not least, we are going to close off Saturday with our keynote speakers, Robin and Monica, who are the founders of Mint. And their talk is going to blow your mind. So make sure that you head to myalignedpurpose.com/She Leads and grab a ticket before they're either all sold out, or B, it's too late to purchase. Now, for today's episode, I was thinking about a conversation that I had with someone while I was away on vacation. And we were talking about ways that people stall themselves in making money. And especially those of you who are business owners, if you're collecting a paycheck from somebody, there's not really a whole lot you can do to make more money or earn less money. But when you are working for yourself, there is literally no ceiling. And that's the benefit to being an entrepreneur. Yeah, sure. Some people see that as scary and that the only way you're going to get paid is if you earn money yourself. And other people like myself and all of the amazing people we work with inside of Aligned CEO Method, they know there's no ceiling. We've been helping people turn their ceiling into their floor and making what used to be their high of what they wanted to earn a month into their low of what they will accept. And so much so that we actually just had somebody share in our recent updates inside of Aligned CEO Method that her goal for Q2 was to raise the ceiling for her team. So not only has she raised the bar of what's possible and had her highest cash month to date in March, which is amazing, reaching multiple 5 figures, now her goal is to turn that empowerment around to her team. What I've noticed over the years inside of Aligned CEO Method, which used to be platinum, is the level of self-responsibility and growth and determination that our clients have. This year, we've got the largest group, and I would say arguably the most people who are going after it. You're always going to have in every single program, every single network, every single mastermind that you join, you're always going to have people who want it more than others. That's just how life goes for whatever reason. Maybe some people don't need to make money, or they don't believe in the possibility of how big their business could grow, or whatever it might be. And then you're going to have people who come hell or high water. They've got a goal and they are going to do what it takes to reach that goal. And I really see that with the majority of our aligned CEOs this year. So my friend and I were talking about raising the ceiling on what you can make and how it's so possible to make 6 figures in 6 months. Kayla and I made 6 figures in our first 6 months, and we've got clients that have done it as well. And we've got clients who have made a lot more than 6 figures in 6 months. I'm just picking an arbitrary time and an arbitrary number. You could say that you want to make $1 million in 6 months. You could say that you want to make $10 in 6 months. Like really, we're just picking a time and a date here. But because we know it's quite possible for people, I'm choosing six figures, which is $100,000 in 6 months. We've ran many VIP days on this, which has been really fun. And now I'm going to break it down a little bit for you in this episode. So here's what I want to talk to you about today. These are the 3 things that I would not do if you want to make 6 figures in the next 6 months. I would not do these 3 things. There's a few more, but I'm going to keep it to 3 for today's episode. Now, before we begin, I want you to take a nice deep breath with me. Okay. Did you feel that? That pause, that you taking your deep breath? With this episode in your ear, this is you stepping into more and more. It's your higher self knowing that you're going to hear exactly what you need to hear today, which is really exciting. We've had so many people come to us over the years to work with us after working with other coaches, other mentors, or doing it on their own and wondering why they cannot get to that 6-figure mark, wondering why it feels so hard, not making it there in a year, let alone in 6 months, despite doing what they think is all of the hard work and the hustle. And that right there is probably where you're going wrong. And I want to just say, I see you and I hear you and I feel you, because before my aligned purpose, I felt this way too. I struggled to make, certainly not 6 figures. I struggled to make a meaningful amount of money to me doing my own work. I was running yoga and doing retreats and trying to start up my own nonprofit all around yoga as well and mentoring young women. I was really putting in the hours, putting in the work, the dedication, and I felt like it wasn't happening for me, and it was feeling incredibly frustrating. So for those of you who are listening in, I want you to know that while we've had great success with My Aligned Purpose, that comes off the back of having lots of lessons learned and challenges faced and losses, more losses than wins. Leading up to My Aligned Purpose, I believe, is a culmination of all of the lessons that both myself and Kayla individually learned before meeting one another and creating this company together. But what I really learned over the years for myself, and then of course, all of the incredible women, mainly women, we now are working with some men, is that it's not about what you're doing. It's not about what you're doing. It's about who you are being. And I know that you've heard me talk about this before, and I feel like it can never be said enough. We need to hear it over and over again. Who you are being is much more important than what you are doing. I shared this on another podcast episode, but a couple of weeks ago, we ran our March Accelerator. This is where we spend 2 days back to back with our Aligned CEO Method clients. And the first day is a deep dive into learning and absorbing and connecting and masterminding and networking. And then day 2 is implementation. And Kayla and I choose a different topic every single time. And our last one that we ran a couple of weeks ago was all about the energetics of who you're being as a business owner, the boundaries that you're setting, the boundaries that you need to set, time management, asking for what you need, all of the things. The feedback we got on that accelerator was the best feedback that we've gotten so far. And we've been doing this for 5 years. That really just showed Kayla and I that more and more of this, more and more of the energetics when it comes to accelerators, the lessons, the structure and the systems and the tech and all of that, we'll save for method calls where we're breaking down the actual method of sales and marketing and operations and all those sorts of things, how to have a funnel, how to execute a launch. But what needs to back that is the energetics of who you are being, not necessarily what you are doing. Today, I'm going to share 3 major energetic blocks that I have seen over and over again, and some of them came up in this last accelerator, that are keeping you broke. They're keeping you not making money, not having that 6-figure year, let alone earning 6 figures in 6 months. I'm also going to share when you shift your energy and how to shift your energy, how this is going to completely change your business. So take notes or listen in, slow it down, pause when you need to, maybe listen to this twice, because this episode is going to be filled with absolute gold for you. The most common thing that I see, and I know you're going to listen to this and some of you are going to be like, shit, she's talking to me. She's talking for me. She's talking about me, whatever it is. We'll often have people say, were you talking about me in your episode? I felt called out. And we're like, just remember, you're always being called in. And I'm never thinking of a particular person. It's always a combination of looking at trackers and multiple conversations and that sort of thing of thinking about who this episode needs to be for. But if you feel called out with what I'm about to say, then I want you to then come closer and listen carefully. You undervaluing yourself and doubting yourself is then making you undercharge what you have for sale, and it's keeping you broke. It's keeping you broke. It's keeping you hustling, trying to get the next sale, trying to get the next client, trying to come up with the next best thing. How can you get more people to pay less money? That is a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. When if you just stepped up and allowed yourself to be the woman, the person that charges more because you want to, because you can, because your work is transformational, because what you have to offer for sale is worth more than what you're currently pricing it at. If you just stepped up and allowed yourself to step into who you know you want to be, rather than thinking about what more and more could you do, your business will drastically shift right away. I need you to listen to me when I say this. When you undercharge, you are sending a signal to the universe or God, source, creator, whatever it is. You're putting out an energetic signal that says, I don't truly value what I have for sale. I don't truly value my offer. I'm afraid nobody will see the value in this, or I'm afraid people won't see the value that's really in it. So I'll just make it cheap. I'll just make it less. I'll just lower it a little bit. I'll just keep putting it on sale. And guess what? The universe is listening and the universe is responding. It's responding by matching the energy. That's how this all works. We're all an energetic match for every single person, place, experience, and thing out there. How many times have you heard me say this, that we are magnets? If you are signaling and your signal is weak, doubtful, fearful, cheap, that is what you're going to attract back. I was thinking about this because at our mastermind that we went to in California, there was basically like two schools of people there. There were those of us who have mastered high ticket, and there were people there who have mastered low ticket. And what we noticed is that the people who have mastered low ticket mastered high ticket first. They grew an audience, and they grew a really big audience by delivering something of incredible value, having a high price point on it, building know, love, trust with people, saying, these are the people you have to work with, so on and so forth. That's the category, the camp that we fall into. We have mastered high ticket, meaning to work with us is typically at least 4 figures. If you even want to call, it's like $1,000. But to be in Aligned CEO method, it's 11,000 US. 1-to-1 is 30,000. We've really mastered high ticket. Now, I wouldn't say low ticket is where we've mastered yet. Have we sold lots of low ticket? For sure. Manifesting Money Masterclass, we've sold over 600 courses of that. But I wouldn't say that's mastered. That selling 600 courses at $189, that's not going to get you to your $1 million mark. Let me tell you that, especially when there's two of us running this business. So what we've noticed is that there are the people who are in our camp who do high ticket sales, they do masterminds, and they are earning lots of money and having lots of fun and doing lots of great work in this world. Then there were people at our mastermind who were already over here. They built up such a large audience of know, love, trust, of people referring them, of organic marketing, that now they're over here. They've got the time and space to figure out how to master low ticket, and they've got a massive audience to sell to while they still hang out with their high ticket clients. So when I say massive audience, I'm talking 50,000 plus people. When you've got more than 50,000 plus people who want to buy a $400 course off you or a $2,000 course off of you, those numbers are more favorable to get you closer to $1 million, let alone 6 figures in 6 months. But if you don't have that large audience and you're out here slinging low ticket offers, really trying to make it to multiple 6 figures, 7 figures, It's going to be a drag. It's going to be a drag. But the reason that we see people not offering high ticket offers is because they don't believe anybody will pay them for that. So what this really boils down to that we've noticed is that people aren't really selling low ticket offers because that's what they want to do, is constantly be selling something for $200, $400, $2,000. They're doing it because they don't believe people will pay the higher amount. So you've got to shift who you are and what you're a match to and what you believe people will sign up and work with you for before the people show up. The work is on you. The energetics are on you. And we can support with that. We support with that all the time. That's why people come to us, because they're in one-to-one, exchanging an hour of their time for $100, $150, $200, maybe $500, exchanging an hour of their time. And they're like exhausted. I have to keep trying to find the next person. I can only fit so many hours in the day, whether you're seeing people in person or you're seeing them online or hybrid of both. And we help people create an offer that allows them to support more people and raise their prices. And so far, the results are pretty amazing of what we've seen people inside of our community create. And Kayla and I experienced this firsthand. When we first started out coaching, our package was $997 for 4 calls, and we were getting so many people who wanted to work with us, which was awesome. But we were filling up our calendar. We couldn't take on any more people. Word of mouth was getting out that people were enjoying coaching with us. We were having more and more people asked to buy 4-call coaching package for $997, which was such a steal of a deal back then. Now that's what it costs for 1 call. And we were so afraid to raise our prices. And then we put a 1 in front of that. 1997. Like, we just doubled it based off of Rachel Rodgers' book. She says in We Should All Be Millionaires, try just doubling your prices and see what that does to your nervous system. And we were like, can't hurt. Let's see. Then we had more people. I'm not even kidding. More people want to work with us when we raised our prices. I think the people who really saw the value in who we were and what we had for sale, they were like, oh, I want it now that it's more. Just like I want something from Whole Foods more than I want something from the dollar store. Just because something is cheap or free or low cost doesn't mean people want it. So we raised our price and we were still just getting slammed with one-to-one. So then we thought, what could we do here? We could create a group mastermind coaching program where it's hybrid, where we still get to coach people one-to-one, bring them into a separate room, serve them in that way, have a group program. Now we can create community and connection and sisterhood so you don't feel alone in entrepreneurship. You don't have to wait for your 1 call a month to be able to talk to us. You get to be coached by us every single week, basically daily, if you put your questions inside of our private community that we have. And by making this change, by honoring our expertise and raising the price, something really magical happened when we created a group program. We crossed $1 million in revenue. We were able to work with way more people than we had previously. We weeded out the people who didn't want the type of coaching we were providing. We created the best, most supportive mastermind community on the internet. Don't take it from us, take it from every single person who's inside of there. And because we stepped up in our commitment to serve more, raise our prices, and offer the best mastermind possible, we started attracting clients who were also more committed, who wanted to raise their prices, who wanted to impact more people, because that's how energy works. That's how magnetism works. So I want you to ask yourself right now, where do you believe that you are undercharging right now? What offer, what course, what mastermind, what program are you undercharging right now? Because of fear, because of scarcity, because of lack mentality. You've got this little voice of doubt that's dictating your pricing. And the only way it's going to stop is if you decide to stop. If you decide to stop listening to that voice. Okay, so I've got a bold homework request for everybody who's listening to this. Bold. And you can report back if you do it. I want everyone to go raise their prices by 20%. I'm not asking you to double it, not asking you to triple it. Go raise your prices by 20%. If your current call with you is $100, raise it to $120. It is April of 2025. The price of everything is going up. Your prices need to go up too. If you do not want to get behind with inflation and raising prices of everything else and people going to your competitor, raise your prices, show people you're serious and that you've got something worth buying. And if you feel resistance coming up with me saying that, then that's exactly what we need to work through. And we can work through this. You have to be inside of Aligned CEO Method. If you are a Canadian listening to this, we now have Canadian prices on there. If you're an American listening to this, we've always had American pricing. We can serve you from wherever you're at in the world. We want to help you. By you raising your prices, everything's going to shift. I can promise you that. When we first started Aligned CEO Method, which was platinum at the time, it was $10,000 Canadian, but really the bonus when people first signed up made it 8,000. So the very first year it was 8,000 Canadian to sign up. Then we bumped it up to 10,000. Then we switched our prices to USD. So then it was 10,000 USD. Now it's 11,000 USD, and our prices are going up again because we've been doing this for 5 years. The price of everything else is going up. Our expertise and our knowledge just keeps getting better and better. You can raise your prices. We went from 8,000 Canadian to now it's 15,000 and some Canadian. Almost doubling our price point over the last 5 years of a higher ticket offer and having the most people we've had in the program. Having the most people. We just had 2 new people join us in the last 3 weeks. Just because you raise your price doesn't mean that people are going to stop buying from you. It just means that you're going to weed out the people who do not see the value in what you have for sale. Those who want what you have for sale, like really want it, they will find a way. They will move mountains. I have put things on line of credits, on credit cards. I've borrowed money. I've moved around money with the full faith and trust that I know I will make it back. I will make it happen because this is what I really want. And remember, money's just energy. It's just energy. It only has the value that you give it. It only has the energy that you place on it. And then lastly, you cannot receive abundance in energy. I'm rubbing my chest here because this is where my heart is. It's where I feel this so deeply. You cannot receive abundance when you are blocking it with doubt. Like doubt has an energy that's down here. For those of you watching on video, I'm like got my hand really low. And abundance has an energy that's really high, which is up here. My hand's up high. And those energies do not match and they never will. So you can choose to keep bringing yourself and money, the energy of money, down to fear and doubt, or you can choose to bring your own energy up to abundance, up to excitement, up to joy, up to gratitude, up to wealth, up to a higher vibrational energy than where you are currently sitting at right now with the thought of raising your prices of your programs and what you think people will pay to work with you. Okay, second one, I have been so guilty of this over the years. I've been so guilty of it. Oh my gosh. This is me taking my own medicine with what I'm about to say to you. If you want to make 6 figures in the next 6 months, then you need to do this. You need to stop consuming and you need to start creating. You need to just start taking inspired action. You need to stop creating, stop doom scrolling, saying, I'm going to just go on Instagram to get a little bit inspired. And then you're there scrolling. And then all of a sudden you're in comparison mode, or maybe you're not even in comparison mode, but you've just wasted a whole bunch of your time. And now you have the excuse that you don't have time to do the thing in your business because you just spent the 15 minutes, half hour, maybe even more on what you were going to do in your own business, watching other people's lives. I like to call this the one more course syndrome. If I just take one more course, if I just watch one more thing, if I just get that next $49 offer, that $97 thing from that person, it's really catchy. It's going to teach me messaging. This over here is going to teach me how to have the funnel. This thing here is going to teach me how to make millions on autopilot. You just keep thinking that if you learn one more strategy, then you're going to put yourself out there. And I need you to hear me say this because I've needed to tell myself this over and over. You already know enough content. You've taken enough low ticket courses and offers. If you do not have a multiple 6-figure business yet, then this is for you. You need to stop consuming and you need to start creating. Do you know that people like Alex Hormozi, Gary Vaynerchuk, Dan Martell, yes, they're all men. Do you know that they all produce 60 plus pieces of content a day? And if you're thinking, how the hell would I ever make that happen? They've made it happen by outsourcing every other thing in their life, not doom scrolling, not going through other people's content, sitting down with their microphone, with their camera, hitting record and batch producing, creating. And then you can either do it yourself or you can have a team and say, take this piece of content and turn it into a YouTube, turn it into a blog post, put it on LinkedIn, make a Facebook post, give me a reel, give me a carousel, give me a podcast idea. How you take content and create, or you could just keep consuming. I've met so many people who spend thousands of dollars on courses and then say they don't have the money to invest in mentorship. I'm telling you right now, having somebody like myself or Kayla be your coach and hold you accountable to, you said you were going to do this thing by this time and we're checking in on you and we're making the whole group accountable to you and with you, that is going to move you so much further and faster than you sitting alone watching another course trying to figure out how to do it all on your own. Accountability is priceless. And energetically, what happens when you're always in consumption mode is you're sending, again, another signal to the universe that you're not ready. I don't know enough yet. They know more than me. Just give me a little bit more time to learn this other thing. You know enough. You just need coaches to hold you accountable to what you know. You just need coaches to say, when are you putting that course out there? What have you done for sales this week? Who have you made connections with? How much money have you made? What are you going to do to increase your sales? Like, these are the things we ask our clients every single week. Where are you having direct conversations? What are you proud of? What's one thing you're moving forward? What's your lead magnet? Where are you taking people? What's for sale? How much money did you make? Do you have questions for us? What are we holding you accountable to? Imagine having that level of support every single week to move your business forward. That's what we do. And the reason we do it is because we got here by being pushed and pushed with love. We didn't get here by putting our heads down and doom scrolling and buying a bunch of mini courses. In fact, I just had a client ask me the other day if I am part of Brock Johnson's InstaHub. And while I love Brock Johnson, my response was, no, I don't buy all these little courses. I buy mentorship. And I trust that by asking my coach, what do I need to do? Or what do you think of this idea? And then going and taking action and actually implementing, I've got everything I need. I don't need another $97 course. I don't need to be a part of 5 different memberships. I don't need all of these different things. I need to take action is what I need. And I need to be held accountable to that action. That's it. That's the simplicity of it. We're paying $60,000 for that. That's how serious we are about putting our goals out there and having somebody say, did you do that? You said you were going to do it. Did you raise your prices? Did you host that event? Did you write that book? Are you putting out a podcast episode every Monday and Thursday? I want somebody who's going to literally kick my ass into gear every single week, no matter how much it costs. That's what I'm paying for. I'm not over consuming. I'm implementing. I'm taking action. That's what you need to start doing. We have 40 clients inside of Align CEO Method right now. And one of them I'm thinking of in particular, she just joined us in January. She said, and she'd been wanting to join us for a while. And she's a successful business owner as it is, but she came to us because she wants to grow. She wants to make more money. She wants to grow a team. She wants more time freedom. She wants passive income. We have helped her grow her team, make more money, have more time freedom, create passive income, dial in her messaging, get better at marketing, sell out events. We've helped her by holding her accountable to doing all of that. In just 3 months, we didn't build out her events. We didn't write her email marketing. We didn't go and hire her team. We didn't raise her prices. We're here to paint the vision of what's possible for her when she does that, hold her accountable to it, check in on her, cheer her on, and encourage her to keep going and going. In just 3 months, she's been able to do all of those things. The energetic piece here is we had to work through some fear around visibility. Some fear around visibility, some fear around messaging. Oftentimes people will consume more than they create because of this fear of showing up, your own fear of visibility. So if you are listening to this and this resonates with you and you're like, I want to show up more, I want to create more, but there's a block here, a visibility block. Again, we can smash through that block in a matter of minutes. Minutes that can go away. You don't have to hold on to that anymore. So here's your second assignment from yours truly. I want you to implement before you consume anything. So after listening to this episode, I want you to go make a post and sell something, write an email and sell something, record a podcast and sell something, write a blog and sell something. I want you to implement with a call to action that puts your offer out there for sale with a price tag on it. You don't have to have a fancy website. You don't have to have a funnel. You don't have to have a big launch plan. Just tell people it's for sale. sell, have a way to collect cash. The simplest way to do that is with Stripe. If you don't have Stripe, use PayPal. So we're not doing e-transfer. You want to have clients in other countries. You want to be able to guarantee that money is going to come through. We're not doing e-transfer. So put that down. That's not serious business owner. That's baby business owner. And we're talking to those of you who want to make 6 figures in 6 months, and you're not going to do that with e-transfers. So you're going to go out there and you're going to put something out for sale before you consume anything else today. Take one strategy you've already learned, and especially if you've taken a million courses already, you've read all the books, you know enough, go put one thing out there and sell it. Okay, the next piece I find fascinating. It is truly a pure energetic block to making 6 figures or more. 6 figures in 6 months or more. And it is attaching yourself to how you think success must look. Your attachment to it, your need to control the outcome, the journey, all of it. And this block is really quite subtle. It's so subtle, it's so subconscious that this is why people aren't making money and they're not quite sure why. They're like, I'm creating the content. I am raising my prices. I am putting myself out there, but you're still not making sales. You're still not making money. It's because you're actually subconsciously attached to how this success will unfold for you. I wonder if you can relate to having this really specific vision of, I need to have exactly this many one-to-one clients. I need to sell this many courses this week. I need to sign on X amount of new clients before fill in the blank date. But the truth that truly transformed how I view business and how I feel successful in business is that when you attach yourself too tightly to the how, you're cutting off divine flow from the universe, where you don't know where the next person, place, experience, or thing can come to you because you're gripped so tightly to the way you want it to unfold when there's desires beyond your wildest imagination out there that could attach themselves to you, that could be fulfilled by you, but you're not even recognizing them because you're like, I need 6 people in this program and I need to have X amount of people in this course by this date. When you're so fixated on the numbers in your business and the package that you're going to create and how many people need to buy it, like, yes, it's good to know numbers. Yes, it's good to do math. And if you want to be in the energy of flow, the energy of abundance, the energy of acceptance, can you be a bit of both? Can you have like good, better, best goal for what happens and then say, and universe this or something better, and then actually do the energetic aligned work with the universe, like scripting, journaling, visualizing, meditating, doing the things that are going to support you to energetically open up to receive more. A perfect example of this is me being away last week on vacation and meeting a woman poolside who I had never met. I had no intention of selling She Leads tickets randomly to people poolside. I did have some people in the DMs that I was selling She Leads to, and I'm so grateful that they purchased as well. I have not been fixated on where people are going to come from for She Leads. We've got people flying in from all across North America. The majority of the people on our guest list for She Leads, we don't even know. I'm going to say at least 2/3 of the guest list we do not know. Never heard their names in our life. We've not been fixated on it. We just know it is our duty, our soul's desire to show up and create an event for women where you can be connected, be in sisterhood, have fun, dance, eat, drink, be merry, find the next person to collaborate with, the next person who could completely change your life or business. We were creating a space for women to get outside of their comfort zones. We're creating a space for women to come and learn and grow and expand without any fixation on who or how. And then here I am meeting a new friend poolside, and lo and behold, a couple of days ago in our Slack channel of Sales Every Day, here comes her name saying that she purchased a ticket to She Leads. She doesn't even live here. I just met her and she's going to come. That's because I've been open to the flow, open to the divine manifestation of what will be with this event. The universe or God or source or whatever is always going to know a better way to bring you abundance than the way that you are fixated on how it's supposed to be. Every single time. When Kayla and I are so in a flow with our energetic practices, the best clients come through. unexpected abundance of money and opportunities come through, the ideas that come through. That's why it is so important to us to work our minds and work our manifestation practices every single day, because we know it's just as powerful, if not more powerful, than sitting down and crunching the numbers. So of course, I have a third assignment for you. It's to set your income goal for the next 6 months. So let's just see, April, May, June, July, August, September. So let's just say we go to the beginning of October with your goal for the next 6 months, your income goal. And I want you to completely surrender the how. You've got a number, but the how is not your business. The how is not your job. What I want you to do is focus on the feeling of having the number, the income goal already manifested. It's in your bank account. Stay open to the universe's delivery method is all I can say. Stay open, do the energetic work. Hire us if you want that accountability, and make it happen. Okay, so we're going to recap on the 3 energetic things that I see blocking people from creating 6 figures in, let's say, 6 months. Yeah, you could make 6 figures this month if you wanted. I'm just choosing 6 figures in 6 months because that was our journey, and we've hosted many a VIP day where we've supported other people to do the same. So you're not going to doubt yourself and your worth, and you're going to stop undercharging. You're not going to constantly consume anymore. You're going to get out there and create, and you're not going to attach too rigidly to how success is going to unfold for you. You're going to be open to the universal flow. What I think is so important that I need you to know is that making 6 figures in 6 months is not just about the strategy. Strategy matters. Absolutely. We can help you with the strategy, but we need you to believe energetically that the strategy will work. It's about the energy that you bring into your business every single day. Every day. It's about showing up as the woman who already has what she desires. If this episode resonates with you, I invite you to share it with a friend, share it with a biz bestie. Let me know over on Instagram what you're taking away from this. And of course, we always love a rating and review. We're getting closer and closer to having 100 reviews over on Apple Podcasts. Somebody recently asked me, she said, I've already reviewed it in the past. The only thing I can do now is update my previous review. I can't leave a new one. Would you like me to do that? And I was like, that would be actually awesome. Thank you. So if you've left a review in the past, you can update your review and your rating by heading to Apple Podcasts, search My Aligned Purpose, scroll to the bottom where you see rating and reviews, leave us a 5-star rating and a review, and we'll be so incredibly grateful and appreciative for that. And lastly, grab your ticket to She Leads. You don't have to be local. You don't have to be our client. Most people we don't know, and there's lots of planes landing in Victoria, British Columbia for April 25th and 26th. And if you want to join us for VIP Day, which is happening Sunday, April 27th, that is for Aligned CEO Method clients only. We're doing an amazing brunch together, and we're doing incredibly powerful in-person masterminding. Kayla and I are so excited. We can't wait to have everyone there. It's our largest group of aligned CEOs coming to date. You can get in now. If you've already purchased a ticket to She Leads and you want to join us in Aligned CEO Method, we'll refund your ticket because it is gifted to every single Aligned CEO Method client. Okay, so you can head to myalignedpurpose.com/SheLeads for your ticket to the event. If you want to come join us in Aligned CEO Method, you do have to apply. We have to make sure it's a good fit. You can send us a message. You can go to myalignedpurpose.com where it says work with us. You can fill out the application there, or just send us a message over on Instagram or our email, connect@myalignedpurpose.com. And we'd love to see if it feels like a fit to work together. Okay, have a great week, everyone. Thank you for being here, and we'll be back next Monday. It's a holiday, I believe, but we'll always have a TGIM. Don't you worry.